we filmed part of our final episode entitled New York in New York City, its namesake. So that was quite an adventure. We packed up the crew and the cast and a whole bunch of lights and farm animals and put them on a plane and flew them all the way to the other side of the country and shot an episode in New York City.
People have been waiting for 2 years for this group of misfits to have some success in their life. So going to New York represented that for the group.
And background and action.
I made it.
It was kind of crazy. We were in town about 6 hours and the mayor showed up and welcomed us to the city.
Mayors don't get a lot of time to watch television, so we don't know much about this season's plot. But actually, it would be great to see what happens with Finn and Rachel, to find out if Will gets back with Emma and how Brittany feels about Santana. Dante, you'll do it.
Hi, I'm Brad Falchuk, co-creator, executive producer of Glee, and I'm directing this episode. Directing here is really cool because just the energy is different, and that you're out there in the city, and you know there's so much going on, and there's so much life.
New York already has this amazing electric excitement about it, but actually going to work there and having fans come up to you all the time, and it was electrifying.
You know, when we're shooting Glee in LA, we're either on a soundstage or we're out somewhere in the city of LA trying to pretend it's Ohio. And here it's like, no, this is New York, live it, love it.
Here we are in New York. New York. It's amazing. We're on Broadway and 46. Rachel Berry is in her glories, and I feel very much, you know, like Rachel Berry's become such a part of me, so I'm in my glories.
I call them full circle moments, as Oprah has called them on her show, where you just have to step back and think, oh my God, am I actually doing this?
My old apartment building is that brown building right there. I've worked on 43rd Street, 45th Street, 49th Street, so this is my home. I'm very happy to be here.
I think it's wonderful for the Glee Club to be in New York acting, you know, like, because we're always in the choir room, and it's like, it's been our dream to, like, perform in New York and do something really cool.
Get outside, take a trip.
There are no words to describe us. We literally shut down Times Square to film amongst the chaos.
So guys, we need to get shooting and action.
It was absolutely insane, the amount of people that came out.
We're here to see Glee being filmed. And where are you from? Australia. Tampa, Florida.
It was a huge reminder of just how many people the show affects on a daily basis.
Hi. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you.
Can they see us?
So that's how we leave set these days.
Getting out of a taxi on, what was it, 5th Ave and 54th. I just realized in that moment, like, how incredible it was to be shooting where I was shooting, you know? Nobody gets to do that. It was so amazing. I was floored.
I told the actors today, look at these signs. You literally have never seen a sign that big before. In Ohio, they don't have signs that big, and so everything is new and everything is fresh, and I think the actors, even though all of them had obviously been here many times before, being here in character was different, and I think it really allowed them to kind of go a little further and enjoy it.
We have to get out of here. Okay, wait. We can't be in here. I heard if you get arrested in a theater, you're blackballed for life.
It's 9 a.m., no one's here.
Not supposed to be in here.
For me personally, the most exciting thing about shooting in New York was when Leah and I got to shoot our number in the Gershwin Theater.
My favorite part of the script was probably Rachel and Kurt sneaking into the Gershwin Theater, because it's so who we were. We were the kind of kids that would have plotted something this ridiculous, and it's like your wildest dream getting to come true.
Just to actually be on that stage where it all happened, and it was crazy for me. It was just a huge dream come true.
It's like the Church of Wicked. It's amazing. Chris, Leah, and I got on the elevator and we all shed a little tear. Not gonna lie.
And I remember as soon as I walked out on the stage, and I was just looking at the set and the lighting and the costumes and the props backstage, and I walked into the center of the stage and I looked out in the house and it was just huge, and I remember thinking to myself, I never knew the seats were blue.
Ready?
I think everybody was surprised. We were just overwhelmed at how many people showed up.
Can you imagine shooting with a cast of 14 in the streets of New York or in Central Park where you can't even close a pathway?
You could literally hear the uproar of the fans once our cast stepped off of, out of base. It was like this crazy chasing of ants that all want the same piece of watermelon or something.
There were huge crowds of fans that turned out. They surprised us a little bit. We were hoping that people would be enthusiastic, but we didn't know they'd be that enthusiastic.
There was a massive amount of people there, but when they said rolling, everyone, really just paid attention and were really quiet and respectful of us filming.
It was a little tough just to get our cast into one place, and I think that took the most amount of time, but they were really professional and focused, so we were able to accomplish a lot more than I thought we would.
Kevin comes around with New York is not a little place for wussies, and then the Scream, all the girls will be with him. Amber says pick up a date, maybe 7 or 8, so hopefully our boys can, she's pushing Kevin, pick up a date, maybe 7 or 8. Girls, as he's singing his beat, you need to start peeling into it. Baby, you can't keep, then start running and haul ass and pass camera. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Central Park was the most beautiful place I've ever shot. I thought for sure it was going to rain all week long, and we had one of the most beautiful days I've ever seen.
Okay. My favorite part of the script, I think, is the Finn and Rachel little date sequence, because I think everyone's waiting so long to see what's going to happen with that relationship. It's lovely and sweet and young, and so much of what the show's about.
This is so peaceful. I could shoot here every day. Aww. Show that to my kids later in life and say, this is when Finn and Rachel got back together. Filming our show, we wanted you guys to be in the background. I used to walk home from work. I lived in...
Yeah, so we commandeered the vessel. We're like some kind of pirate. We're pirates, basically.
Flowers, Central Park?
It's a work day.
Hey, Mark.
We're at Lincoln Center. It's actually my first time here. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, not only for my character, but I think for me, to experience this. Mark's skateboarding and everybody's going nuts. He just bought a skateboard off Craigslist and the guy met him here. No, I was excited. Originally, I wasn't actually on the fountain. I was by the side of it, and I asked if we could do it, and Ryan's like, yeah, it's in the script.
That wheelchair, I don't... God, that wheelchair.
And it's very slippery and slick up there, but I didn't fall. I'm still here.
There were times that I was a bit nervous, but I think the chair being on the fountain is hysterical. I don't know how we would explain that the chair got up there, but it's Glee. We'll just say he sang himself up there or something. I don't know.